As Sendo sends a straight, Ippo dives in, feints a punch up top, into a clean body blow that would have hit if it was a real match. Itagaki and Aokimura are eating at a diner, depressed after their pathetic match performances, and they begin to self-reflect. Even though they won, they didn't really like how they looked out there. Kimura was able to win despite failing his weight control. Another reason why he was able to win was because Ippo was his second. He told him what to do and it all worked out. This just shows that Ippo is improving in every field while he's retired. As Kimura was talking about Ippo, Takamura rudely interrupts the sulkfest. Doing his usual pestering, he dampens the mood of the three boxers. He brings up how much each match sucked. Itagaki had a mudfight, Kimura failed his weight control, and Aoki's got hemorrhoids? What the hell? What the hell happened? That's because Takamura sabotaged him. Kimura continues, and it's not like he was eating whatever he wanted, but he acknowledges that he still got too careless, and despite that, Ippo guided him to victory. He won twice now due to Ippo's help, so he needs to show him his thanks and show him that it was all worth it. While Ippo was helping Kimura make the weight limit, he saw Ippo's body in the sauna. It wasn't the body of a retired fighter whatsoever. Ippo's musculature and knowledge improved drastically. Weight control science, opponents' techniques, battle plans. Ippo spent countless hours researching these topics. All that research gave him new insights and stronger observation skills. Is Ippo slowly turning into Ricardo? Ippo's brain and body are even better than when he was active. Kimura wonders if he took all of what he learned and returned to the ring. What would happen? The three's face says it all. Without Ippo competing, they feel lost. Takamura shuts that down quickly as his jealousy takes over. Ippo won't come back. End of story. You are all delusional. The only way Ippo returns is if he has an obligation he needs to face, which will not happen. Now, we return to the Kamigawa gym where Ippo is mid-training his Kohai. He tells Kamigawa how much he has learned about how to lose weight and how to add muscle while doing so. There are countless ways to increase your power, whether it's bulking up or cutting down. Ippo's arm looks insane. Look at that definition. This man has become bulky as all hell. Kamigawa looks in awe and asks Ippo if he has been practicing on himself. He noticed all of these things thanks to the coach. He's only realized how much the coach did to help him now that he is in his position. Kamigawa asks him abruptly that he should get a passport and head to Mexico. For Ippo to keep learning, the best materials are all over there. Ippo immediately realizes what he means. Alfredo, Sendo, and Ricardo all come to mind. Ippo will be able to study the best of the best, so he decides to head to the motherland of the featherweight division. Simply being immersed in that atmosphere, Ippo will learn a vast amount. He's also excited because he gets to see Sendo's fight versus Alfredo Gonzalez live. The gang discusses if seeing Sendo fight would be enough to bring Ippo back, but Aoki disagrees. He believes it's a weak motivator. Now that Kimura sat on it, obligation or privilege doesn't sound like Takamura. He assumes Takamura knows what that something is, but he brushes it off. Ippo arrives in Mexico and makes his way to the gym Sendo is staying at. Then the scene shifts to Sendo's weigh-in. The atmosphere is scalding. Two monsters staring each other down with the intent to off the other. The weigh-in is over, and Sendo is calm thanks to Ippo being here to support him and because there's not enough attention on him to make him nervous. That's because of one man, the strongest featherweight boxer, the super champion, Ricardo Martinez. The crowd swarms him and Ippo looks in awe. He wants a closer look of the strongest champion. Alfredo greets Ippo as he is surprised to see his former foe. He's here to support Sendo, of course. Ricardo seems to think that Ippo looks familiar, so he approaches the group of world-level boxers. He remembers the spar with Ippo as he recognizes him as the boy with the Dempsey roll. Alfredo is pissed, as when he asked him about Ippo earlier, he didn't know who he was. The reporter can't believe a random Japanese man is talking with two of the best boxers in the world. Who is he? To be fair, Ippo has always been the type of person to draw others in. Sendo needs to down as much as possible to gain strength. Ippo thinks to himself that neither physically or mentally, he doesn't diminish at all. He's just that much stronger than a normal man. Sendo is a monster. Ippo notices a bug in Sendo's salad, but it doesn't bother the tiger. Sendo is ecstatic that the hometown crowd are finally paying attention to him. Now that he's got some gas in the tank, it's time to work off some calories. This is where it all begins. Sendo wants to fight more than ever before. Ippo assumes Hoshi is going to fight Sendo, but we know where this is going. Ippo is forced upon to spar with Sendo, and he needs this to get his tension back. Sendo calls out Ippo. He knows that he's not here just to sightsee. Ippo understands that this is Sendo's way of making final preparations. This will be a good learning experience for the retired boxer and current second. Ippo reluctantly jumps into the ring and wonders why he's even wearing headgear in the first place. There's no way Sendo will pull his punches. The next chapter starts off with Ippo's letter to Kamigawa. He tells him about attending the public weigh-in and got a glimpse of the tribulations someone faces during an away match. Weight control and physical prep are only half the battle. Mental preparation is just as important. They need to curtail any damage accrued from weight control while also fostering the best pre-fight mindset. It's amazing how each fighter's method for dealing with this differs so drastically. Everything I've seen and felt is all so brand new. As the letter finishes, we transition into Ippo narrowly weaving one of Sendo's strong punches. Ippo's movement in the ring has improved drastically. Sendo calls out Ippo for running away, but Ippo won't let Sendo hit him as he pleases. Sendo is trying his best to send Ippo flying. All these punches cannot touch the new and improved Ippo. Multiple dodges and blocks are all what's needed to thwart Sendo. As Sendo sends a straight, Ippo dives in, feints a punch up top, into a clean body blow that would have hit if it was a real match. Of course, Sendo is extremely angry at Ippo's audacity to not follow through, but Ippo reminds him that this was a no-touch spar. Sendo isn't having it. He pushes Ippo off balance and is about to hit Ippo with all he's got. His iconic smash is on track to blow off Ippo's head. It connects and it looks like it hurts. Will Ippo fight back, or did this knock him out? Neither. He only scraped his headgear and it spun around Ippo's head. No damage was done to the retiree whatsoever. Sendo's coach wants them to both stop immediately. They're supposed to look after Ippo, not break him. Ippo is completely fine, as Sendo's pinky only grazed his headgear. I didn't even realize this at all, but Ippo had his training weights this whole time. During retirement, he's been having those on almost all the time. What a monster. Sendo thanks Ippo for getting him back into the game. He follows up with if Ippo were to take off his wrist and ankle weights. I assume he means that Ippo would have shown how much they have grown apart in skill? If he can play with Sendo like that whenever he wants, imagine what he'd do to him if he was active. Especially when he has weights on. That's kind of crazy that he was able to outmaneuver Sendo. His coach came into the match around the middle of it and saw how much Ippo has evolved. His step in and his hand speed. There's a whole new cut that wasn't there before. When Sendo sparred with Ippo before, which was before Ippo's match with Alfredo Gonzalez, you could tell he was off his game. Sendo normally trades hits when he fights, so it's hard to tell, but still. He took punches he didn't have to take, and his reaction speed was too slow. Ippo's accumulated damage destroyed his senses, but the break he took alleviated them. Ippo's research widened his scope. His coach agrees with what Takamura said before. If you come back with a half-assed reason, he'll be decimated. The only way for him to return is to fulfill a massive obligation. One that will drive him like nothing has ever before. Ippo can't coast through with what he was previously. He needs his current skills and an evolved mentality. Sendo looks back to his talk with Takamura after he beat Ippo to a pulp. Looks like Sendo is eager for Ippo to return just like his other friends do. Sendo's coach thanks Ippo for firing up Osaka's tiger. He will show us a fight to remember.